So morning, my loves. Hopefully you're feeling very well this morning and starting off on your mats with a nice bright smile. I know I do. Love coming onto the mat. So just have a few moments to just settle into this space. It's quite interesting to notice how long it takes you to settle into your space. Sometimes it takes people a really long time, depending on if they've had a busy morning or what else they've done, to kind of put it all aside. And then other times you can literally come here and your nervous system knows that you can instantly just relax and let go. So today we're going to do a couple of poses that are stronger poses. I've chosen Swan. And if this doesn't suit you, you can either come into reclined Swan where you lie on your back and it's like the figure of four, or thread the needle, or choosing another posture. We're going to come into Dragon, a lovely deep stretch, and then two more gentle stretches, Bridge and Bench. So just giving you that information just so you can kind of maybe think ahead and know which poses will suit you, which you can join in on, or which you do need to alter. So as we're either lying or sitting here, just have a moment to ground yourself. How does it feel when you ground? This is something I'm always inviting you to do. Does it feel the same each time to visualise those roots down into the earth? Do you sometimes already feel grounded? Just noticing these little things every time we come to our mat, because we're different people each time. So just checking in with how it feels to breathe. And then when you're ready, just let's have a nice stretch. If you're lying down, maybe a full body stretch. If you're seated already, just maybe roll the shoulders, tilt the head, or roll the head. Just move in little ways that feels good. And then you can hug the knees in if you're lying. Have a gentle rock or roll in some circles. Just explore how the back is feeling as you roll in a circular movement. Because it's always important to observe satya, which means truth, and ahimsa, non-harm, non-violence. So non-violence to our body by pushing into something that we know we shouldn't do. Coming up to seated. It's quite nice to do a meditation, but today I thought that we could do Nadi, which is a pranayama practice, but it is also very meditative as well. To make it more meditative, it's quite nice to use the hands, the hands free from the face variation. So we'll take our sort of usual 4 or 5 minutes here. Let's just have a moment to close the right fingers together with the left hand open. And notice how your left nostril feels left nadi. Close the left hand and open the right just for a few moments and explore this side. And often, actually, if you bring your right index finger underneath your nostrils and just breathe naturally. Usually one nostril is more dominant at different times of the day. Can you notice? This can be quite difficult to feel that. Okay, so bringing the hands back down. Close the right hand with the left hand open. We'll start Nadi, breathing in. Close the left hand, open the right, exhale. With the right open, just inhale. Close the right, open the left, exhale. Carrying on, that's one round. Try to just close the hand after you've done that full breath. The inhale, then close. With your awareness on your third eye, just want you to sit with this in a very meditative way. If you notice your head drooping, just tilt your head back a little bit, and it encourages you to gaze towards your third eye between your brows. And just with 1 minute to go, just introduce the mantra So Hum. And then as you exhale through your left side, you can bring the practice to a close. How did that feel? That was 5 minutes, including with me talking at the beginning and just guiding to start with. How balanced do you feel? It feels so calming, I find, that particular practice, which often we may only do for a few minutes in a regular class, but to actually bring it in as a meditative practice is really, really nice. And also a mantra of any kind. It just occurred to me towards the end with the sound of the breath that the So Hum could be brought in as a way of really kind of focusing the mind and stopping the wandering thoughts. Okay, so our first pose is going to be Swan. If this is too intense for your hips and knees, this is the reversed Swan, where we bring one foot onto the knee and then just holding around the thigh. If that's too much, simply leave the foot on the mat and just let the leg just rest outwards, because you're still having a sort of a gentle opening here. If you're in this particular position and you want to just sort of deepen it a little bit, you can tilt the leg over towards the leg that's lifted. So that is an option if you know that the normal swan pose is too intense. And actually, even if you can do swan normally and you just feel like you need a more gentle practice, then you can always decide to choose that over the other one. Let's start with the right knee forwards and the left leg extended behind, using a nice little bit of cushioning, rolled up blanket under that right buttock, it stops you rolling over, but it's also nice as support and you can start to relax. Don't hold this pose longer than you want to. If partway through you feel that that's enough, or you can feel something starting to aggravate, please come out early, just lie down. It's always absolutely fine for you to listen to your body and know how to react. So in this nice upright swan, gentle little curve into our lower back, and just start to notice how much tension you are holding in the thigh, the hips, the buttocks. As we rest on the hands and arms, you can start to feel that strength build up here. Very good for your wrists. And then any time that you're ready, if you want to, just lower down if you wish. Don't have to if you don't want to. Come all the way down or just rest on the elbows. Use a block for the head if you want to. In this posture, you might find that your shoulders start creeping up towards the ears. Just become aware of perhaps dropping them and relaxing them a bit here. And then how does your breath feel? Does it feel quite shallow? Are you taking full breaths, or are they very half breaths most of the time? How does this pose feel within yourself? Is it quite easy today, or is it a little bit challenging? What thoughts does it bring up? Notice if your belly is very tight and if you can relax the muscles here. So we'll take one more deep breath, gently coming up. That was just 4 minutes today. Take your time as you swing yourself round and come into a nice neutral spine. Gentle as you extend out that leg that you've had bent, your right leg. And then you can just start to feel all the lovely energy and juiciness flowing back through. So what do you feel? Where do you feel it? It's always a nice little thing to come back to. What you're feeling and where. Where's the chi flowing? Relaxing the back a little bit more. And then maybe it feels like it's just fading away and the sensations are evening out both sides. Bring your knees in, right one first, and then the left one. Gently rocking. And again, remembering if you need to take the reverse, then just coming back into this nice lying position, either simply resting the ankle on the opposite knee and letting the leg hang there, or pulling the thigh in, just whichever variation you wish. Coming up for the other side. So left knee's bent, and then the right leg extended behind. I know we often can remember that we've done one side and the other, but there are times when we can completely forget. What have we got to do? Which knee needs to bend? So settling into upright swan, just feeling where you're tight. Sometimes when you come into the second side, your body kind of is prepared with how to relax, and it doesn't take so much. But just notice perhaps the subtler areas of the body, the abdominal muscles, whether they're tight with the breath, whether you're tight through the arms. And always know that if your wrists hurt here, you can use a block just to rest the fingers over. I know some people, it can really hurt have their wrists to have the hand in this sort of flexed position. So anytime you want to, come down. If you want to stay up for a few more breaths, that's fine. Just being curious as to how it feels this side. Relax the belly in the front of your body. Notice if there's tension in the shoulders and the upper back. So how does it feel this side for you? Easier or harder? Are there certain parts of the body that you're aware of more, maybe in the knees or the hips? Where are your thoughts? What thread of thought were you on just then, or were you just present with the body? And we'll take a breath and gently come up again. 4 minutes this side. That felt like it went more quickly. Isn't it funny how time can feel so different depending on what you're doing in life? A minute can feel so long if you're in plank position, but not very long if you're doing something lovely and nice that you don't want to stop. So relative. Okay, loves, just lie back, let the feet roll out to the side, relax everything into Shavasana. Rock the pelvis if you need to, or wag your tail a few times, just release so that the spine finds its neutral shape. And then as you become still, you'll perhaps feel the chi moving, or the spots or areas in the body that feel the temperature difference. It's funny because it's only with the yin that I really notice the temperature shifts with after the postures. Hatha, when you've come into a rest pose after whatever you've done, not so much. It's always this yin, and it may be that it's the length of time that we spend in the posture that starts to really shift the subtle body energy around the body. So as you lie here, notice the quality of your breath. Whether it's deep, whether it's shallow, whether it's belly, whether it's just chest. And then we'll draw our knees in for dragon pose next. Enjoy a little rock first. And then coming up. If you're going to come into dragon, it's nice to use something under the opposite knee that's resting on the mat for support, just to become more comfortable in that knee joint. If this pose doesn't suit you, please come into a two-sided posture that you know that will. We're going to start with the right leg forwards. Rest the left knee on a little cushion or folded blanket. So this doesn't actually rotate the hip outwards. This is a sort of a lunge, a forward movement of the hips. It might be nice to start with some blocks to rest the hands on. And then we'll just settle into this pose. Initially, you probably feel like you're holding the posture gently, rather than just dumping the whole body down and relaxing fully. So just gradually start to let go. And then the pose, the stretch will intensify. This is a posture that I often do find my abdominal muscles feel tight occasionally, and I have to keep coming back to relax and release. So you might find that as well. Hip flexors, you're going to really feel it. As always, if you only want to do a couple of minutes here or a minute and then come out, please listen to your body. We won't do the full time. We'll do about 4 minutes. Notice if your breath feels very shallow and rapid. And just see if you can bring it deeper. You can tilt your right leg out if you wish. Let it lean outwards if that feels comfortable. You want to just explore that rotation of the hip. If you have the flexibility, you can come down onto elbows, or you can use blocks just to bring the floor towards you a bit more. Whichever way you move, just relax again. We're going to do 1 more minute. See how that feels in your mind when I say that. Can you breathe deeply through this? Let's take deep breaths together. So, 1 more breath. And very slowly coming out. Really be aware of your back knee. Gently come out. Take your time to move whatever props, come down. We'll have a nice long rest here. So just feeling whatever you feel as you straighten your legs out, coming down, and really enjoying the reward after coming out of that quite intense posture. Some days I absolutely love it, and other days I do find it challenging. It's interesting for yourself to observe the thoughts that go through your head, whether it's, God, I can't stand this, I can't wait for it to stop. How much longer? Or, okay, I may not like it, this might feel tough, but I can do this. This is fine. I embrace the challenge. Every time you come into it, your dialogue will be different. So lying here, just noticing whatever you're feeling. Where's the tingliness? Relax. What can you feel through your arms, your wrists, your forearms? The palms of your hands, perhaps? And just focus on your breath. Really relaxing. Just take one more breath and then we'll hug the knees in. And again, take your time here. We've really worked with our hips and the hip flexors, the tops of our legs. You can perhaps really feel that. Roll on the back. What is going through your mind? What's your mental state as you prepare to come into the other side? Yoga is all about understanding and learning about ourselves, not just in the poses. It's how do we feel? How does our energy feel as we even think about the next posture? So rolling up. Do we come into it embracing it? Do we reluctantly come into the posture? Are they patterns that we see throughout our life as well? So the right knee, good to support it on something soft or a blanket. Left leg comes forward into this lunge. And we'll do 4 minutes like we have done with the others today. Use a block if you want to. If it's nice just to rest the fingers over the edge, it can be a little bit less intense on your wrists. And then just noticing how long it takes you to really relax into this and let everything really open up through the pelvis. This side might feel better, it might feel worse. Just notice. Your back leg might feel tense in the thigh, around the calf, buttocks. So seeing if you can gradually let go. You might find the abdominal muscles, the belly tight. Seeing if you can gently soften. Please know at any time if you've just had enough or anything's starting to feel not too good, come out. This can be quite mentally challenging as well as physically. Notice your breath if it's shallow. This is so good for all of the meridians that flow through your legs. Your spleen and stomach especially, liver, gallbladder, kidneys and bladder meridian. The arms, heart, lungs, large and small intestine, it's actually good for all organs. The energetic health of these organs. Just a little bit longer. Notice if you like me saying that or whether you'd rather not know. Are you battling with this pose or are you surrendering to it? Just check through all your muscles again. Can you let go? One more breath. And really slowly be very aware of your back knee, that right knee. I often feel like we get stuck in these positions at times. Keep a block. If you used one, just keep it handy. We're going to come into bridge. Next pose. Oh, challenging pose today, but very lovely feeling afterwards. Let everything just relax. Feel what you feel. Maybe there's a tingliness in your palms. Can you identify any sensation down the different fingers? Perhaps the little finger. Is there a nice coolness in the chest? Take a nice deep breath, relax. Close your eyes and just enjoy being in your body. Some of these poses remind us that we have muscles places that we don't often use. So bring the knees into chest. We're going to come into bridge so that we encourage a lovely little curve into the lower part of our back. And our last pose will be bench, where we open up into the upper back. So nice and balancing through the whole back there. Okay, bringing your feet to the mat. And either using a block on the top height, second height, or if you've got a bolster that's a little bit more comfortable for you, just choosing whatever you want to use to elevate your body into a bridge pose. Wherever you place the block, make sure that it's not on the lumbar vertebrae. It is on that little flat part of the sacrum, just almost in line with the top of the buttocks. And the two places I always draw your awareness to here are relaxing the thighs and buttocks area, and then the top of the back and the shoulders, because I find, certainly myself, these are the places that tend to just continually tense until I get the body listening to me and relaxing. If you feel too high up on your block, you can always turn it to the lower level and become more comfortable. Keep releasing the thighs. You can often relax the thighs and buttocks, and within seconds, notice there's still more to let go. How do you feel here? This is lovely for root, solar plexus, heart, and certainly throat.
So gradually, every time you draw your awareness back to the areas that usually hold tension, hopefully they won't be so tense. Notice how your throat center feels here. How do you feel in Anahata, the heart chakra? Can you take deep breaths? When you breathe out, do you notice that you fully breathe out? So we'll take one more deep breath. And very slowly, in whatever way is comfortable for you, perhaps coming onto tiptoes, lifting yourself off of the block, enough to move it, and then just rolling your spine down very gently. Extending out your legs and enjoying whatever the sensation is that you're feeling. Wag your tail, rock the pelvis, and just settle. That's so nourishing for the abdomen. So internal organs, digestive system. Great for a little bit of confidence if you're feeling a little bit lacking at times. If you need a little bit of motivation to take action. And then gently let's draw the knees in one at a time. Take your time because you're going to feel that in the lower back. Maybe very slowly rocking side to side just to ease out that stretch. And then rolling. Still feeling the remnants of where that block was. If you want to hug the knees really into the chest and lift the head up, it's quite nice to stretch a bit more through the lower back. And then when you're ready, let's roll up. Come into a lovely relaxing bench pose. It's always nice to get the more difficult poses done to start with, and then you can enjoy lying back in bench. So pillow behind you, about 3 or 4 inches away, lie back. Make sure your head and neck feel supported. You might want a blanket just to support the head and neck here. And relax. This one's easy to relax in this one. Just let yourself feel completely supported, physically, emotionally, and mentally. And just breathe. Follow your thoughts wherever they decide to wander off. Just be amused And if you can come back to the breath and the moment, that's good. How do you feel? Deep breaths. Deep breaths to the belly can nourish any after effect sensation that you're still feeling from the earlier poses. As you relax here, just notice if there's any tightness in your face. Let your bottom jaw relax. We'll just take a few more moments here. Notice if you could stay here longer, whether your body is really open and responding to this support. Take a lovely deep breath. Lifting up ever so slowly, let's pull whatever props you've used aside. Come down. Just a few moments to connect back with your neutral spine. How did that pose feel emotionally? How different the energy that flows through you and how you feel about something from perhaps the dragon pose or swan. So when you're ready, bring your knees in, have a lovely little rock. And then choosing whichever position you want to take for relaxation. Have a few moments to settle. I have a different card deck here. This is called the Enchanted Map. Let's just see what we're given today. This card is called Intention. Let's read to you. Intention. Deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change your world. Your objectives will be fulfilled at this time. Inspired intentions are like magic arrows shooting into the sky. The universe is bringing you a gift, showing you that you're hitting your mark. Recognize that you're not the one who has to do all the work. However, others help you co-create reality. You connect to the power of your intention, sending it out into the field, and then allow synchronicity to work its magic. Perhaps the good intentions of others will inspire you to send out beautiful ones of your own. Own the life you want to lead and live deliberately with clarity and detachment. So it is often said that we have wishes, desires, things that we want our life to be like or become. Sending out that lovely cosmic order. But we can often reverse instantly with our doubts, our programming, that desire. With the intentions that we send out, we have to stand back and be detached and not think about how it's going to be fulfilled, how it's going to play out. It's very difficult. But if we can send out that wish, that intention, and just leave it all up to the rest, to the universe, that's often how it works. Don't second guess, don't overthink, don't try and figure it out ourselves. If we could, we would have done that. So have a few moments just to lie there and think. If you could walk through the supermarket of the universe, the supermarket in the sky, of every conceivable possibility, whether it's a thing, whether it's a scenario, whether it's a health condition, complete health and wellness. Think about what you put in your trolley. And then just leave it in that trolley and expect it to get packaged up and arrive without thinking about the rest of how it's going to happen. That could be a visualization. Just noticing what you would choose if you were a child again.
So just having a few more moments, coming back to the thoughts of intentions. Some people do struggle when they pop out an intention that frustrated it may not come. And it's often because we may think we want something, really want it. But if our vibration doesn't resonate with the same resonance of that gift, whatever it is, we cancel it out. It's almost like asking for something, but then you think to yourself, oh no, but I doubt it will come, so it just doesn't happen. We have to be in that vibrationary alignment, deserving, knowing, to receive. Very difficult. So, my lovelies, just gently start to take perhaps a deep breath. Nice long sigh. Wiggling fingers and toes. Coming back into some gentle movement and just feeling into your body. How does it feel now? Which parts feel perhaps more spacious, more energized? And then those of you if you're lying down, just draw the knees in for a hug. Have a rock. And in your own time, coming up to seated. Sometimes it's nice to start with little intentions that we're prepared to do through the day to almost, it's building up the muscle of knowing that we can get into that vibrational alignment with something and do it, receive it. And it's like a practice, I think. So, drawing our hands together. Om Shanti. Namaste.